I would like to introduce the next presenter, Oleg Kremin, who is the quality assurance manager here in Chernihiv office, and his colleagues recommend him like one of the calmest person in the company. Please welcome him.
Hi everyone, I'll be talking about quality assurance department, who we are, what we do, and why it might be of any interest to you. So our quality assurance department, or QA as we call it, started with only 3 people about 10 years ago, and since that time we have expanded up to 30 specialists in 3 cities. The majority of our team came from support. It's more than 2/3 people, so you might be sure that they know all the backgrounds and processes from the internal. Then we do our best to make sure that the system quality is high, and also we attracted several new people who have just done their training course in our laboratory to make sure there is no tunnel vision on some aspects of testing processes. Everyone who heard something about software testing might be sure that the main tester's goal is to discover bugs. In general, it's correct, but discovering bugs is only a side effect, and the main goal is to make sure that the system quality corresponds to some expected level. And the broad range of our tasks include interoperability tests, performance benchmarking, regression tests, first specification approval, and others. You'll listen about interoperability a bit later, so now let's move to performance. We do performance benchmarking every new release. We use different tools and approaches to measure performance marks for different functionality. For example, how many simultaneous net calls system can handle, how many conference calls or maybe requests to building engine, what is the speed of importing CDRs, and what is the response time of web interface. We run these tests for days to make sure that the system remains stable under the long load. So in general, it takes us about a week to run these tests. Quality assurance work, traditional process, is long. We have more than 1,000 tickets to verify for each maintenance release. And it includes different kind of tickets, from simple bug fixes and small improvements or enhancements to big feature verification. And so it might be necessary to check everything manually. We improve our work constantly, so we also use automation test tools. We implement a bunch of auto tests and run it to make sure there is no any issues with code. The approach of writing auto tests is different for different areas. For example, for SIP, auto test usually means long call flow with several participants, and it might last several minutes, for example, while for building engine, sometimes it's just a short use case with sending a portion of some headers or attributes and verifying response. So we can compare % of coverage for different area face to face. But as you can see, for example, we have more than 300 test cases for SIP, more than 1,000 test cases for web interface, and several thousand test cases for building engine. We run these auto tests every day to make sure that there is no bugs in the latest available code. But also we are trying to prevent regression issues, and so there is a separate bunch of auto tests that are triggered by every new review into corresponding repository. In such a way, we're trying to prevent appearing bugs in code even before the code is really released. Also, with the latest releases, we are also included into feature request specification reviewing and approving. So we work not only when the code is already written, but even before. And to sum everything up, the list of QA engineer responsibilities includes a lot of tasks, benchmarking, regression tests, designing and implementing tests, tracking some assurance marks, and many others. There is really a lot of things to do through the development process of every maintenance release. And to fulfill that, as a QA team, we have a deep knowledge of software QA methodologies and stay up to date with modern tools and testing processes. Our core as a QA team is an experienced engineers who have deep knowledge of a product and awareness of customers' background. Since that's all I was trying to say you, thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, you can ask me.